Hey everyone, Kirk from FullOnDrums.com here, and today we're going to talk about cymbals, Cymbals 101. A couple of things to go over before we get started. First of all, what in the heck are they made out of? The alloy, the metallurgy that goes into making a cymbal. When you go to a drum shop, you might hear people talk about a B8 or a B20 or a B10. What does it all mean? Well, what it means is this. They're talking about the ratios of what the cymbal is made out of. So if someone talks about a B20 cymbal, it means it's going to be 80% copper, 20% tin. They talk about a B8 cymbal, and then it's going to be 92% copper, 8% tin, and so on and so forth. Now, the more copper you put into a cymbal, typically the more attack it's going to have, the more it's going to cut, and typically it's going to have a brighter, edgier sound to it. The more tin you add into a cymbal, along with other metals, you start approaching the bronze alloy, and it tends to warm the cymbal up. You can also get some very dark and rich tones out of it, and it tends to be a little softer. Now, the bell. Every cymbal has one with the exception of some bottom hi-hat cymbals and also a flat ride. The larger the bell, typically the more volume you can produce, the higher in pitch the cymbal is, and also the more complex sounding the tone will be as it builds. The smaller the bell is, the lower in pitch the cymbal typically is, it doesn't ring out as long and it doesn't build as much volume. The profile. The profile is the distance from the bottom of the bell to the edge of the cymbal. The sharper the profile is, or the down cut, typically the higher the pitch of the cymbal, the more attack it has. As far as if you have a lazier profile, or one that's a little bit longer and a little bit flatter, the cymbal's going to be lower in pitch, and it's also not going to be as aggressive sounding. Now, the edge of the cymbal. As far as that's concerned, everyone's got one. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Diameter, let's talk about it. I've got two cymbals here. They're both Avitus Zelgens. One is a medium and the other one is a medium thin. As far as thickness is concerned, the thicker the cymbal is, typically the higher in pitch it is and the longer it takes to ring out. The thinner it is, it's faster, doesn't ring as long, and it'll get out of the way a lot quicker. Sometimes it can also be a little bit lower in pitch. So first the 16. Now the 19. As you notice, the 16 opened up nice and quick and also closed nice and quick. The 19 rang a lot longer, and you can imagine if you were bashing on it for a long period of time, you'd keep building and building and building. Now I've got with me here two cymbals from Sabian. Both of them are going to be 19-inch crashes, both from the Vault series, but the one here is going to be just a traditional lathe cymbal. It's a brilliant finish, but it's just the regular lathing pattern. Over here, I've got the same lathing pattern, but I've added hammer marks. Now what does it all mean? On this cymbal here, when they're spinning out a cymbal during the manufacturing process, they'll have it up and rotating, and a cutter will come in along the edge as the cymbal's spinning, and it'll move its way down, just like a needle on a record player. As it removes the material, it leaves those grooves that you feel in the cymbal. Now, all the sound in the cymbal starts at the bell. As it works its way out, the sound wave has to go through those notches in the cymbal. So, the way you space the lathing marks in a cymbal affects the way it both opens and closes and affects the overall tone in the cymbal. If you hammer a cymbal, wherever the hammer mark lands, that spot in the metal becomes slightly denser. So now you've got the sound wave moving out from the bell and encountering those denser spots in the cymbals, and it has to kind of go around them. So now not only do we have a skipping motion coming across the cymbal, but also a swirling effect as well. I'm going to go ahead here and hit the regular lathed one. And now the hammered. And I'm going to kind of ride on both for a sec here. So as you can tell, the regular lathe cymbal, it's fast and it cuts, but there's a little more overtone development from the hammered cymbal. That once again comes from that swirling effect. Now I've got two 18-inch crashes from Paiste with me. They're both signatures, they're both full crashes. However, the one over here is a regular signature, and this one over here is a Reflector series cymbal. This cymbal has a special coating that's applied to it. It's more brilliant both in look and in sound. So this is going to be a brighter cymbal when we hit it, whereas this one over here is going to sit a little bit lower in the mix. So first the regular signature. Now the Reflector. So as you can see, the Reflector series cuts a lot more, whereas the regular signature sits a little bit more calmly in the mix. One last thing I want to cover with you guys today is sheet cymbals and cast cymbals. I have with me here two 19-inch full crashes. Over here I have a sheet cymbal, over here I have a cast cymbal. Now what's the differences? Unlike the traditional method of making a cast cymbal, a sheet cymbal starts life as just that, it's a sheet. And you stamp out blanks from it. And then it goes through a cold work process just like any other cymbal, whether it be hammering, lathing, plating. I've come to find that sheet cymbals have a lot of attack to them. They're usually very bright and they cut right through the mix. The other cool thing about them is they're also very consistent. You could, for example, buy an 18-inch crash, a sheet cymbal in Los Angeles, be on the road with your band, break that cymbal in Boston, go in any music store, buy that same cymbal over again, and you would find that the two are very close to each other. Cast cymbals, on the other hand, have a lot of personality and a lot of characteristic to them, but you could pull 4 of the same cymbal off the shelf and have significant differences between each one. I'm going to play both cymbals for you. First, the sheet. Now the cast. A few more crashes on the sheet here. And the cast one more time. So as you can hear, just like we talked about, a lot of attack, a lot of cut from the sheet cymbal, a lot of full-bodied presence and warmth from the cast cymbal. That wraps up what we talked about today. This is Cymbals 101 for you. This is Kurt from FullOnDrums.com saying thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.